The Slayer Keep has been breached and the defenders must hold the line. Hey, how's it going? My name is jackiefishhh and welcome back to another custom map battle on Total War Warhammer 2. Today we are at the tier 2 of Karak Kadrin. If you guys remember, I actually did a battle on it not so long ago, the first kind of outer wall defense where you have to defend the Great Slayer Bridge, and we did that in the laboratory, which if you haven't seen yet, make sure to go check out. I believe we had something like 10,000 dwarfs up against 33,000 orcs. It was pretty goddamn insane, so make sure to go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. But for today's battle, we do have an online battle sent in to me by my Discord, and if you guys want to be a part of these battles in the future, make sure to go ahead and join my Discord. The link will be in the description down below, and just ask in the war table or general chat for the guys who play battles tag, and you'll always get notified when my Discord are playing these awesome battles on either Warhammer 2 or any other Total War game. It's a really good community, so thank you to the Discord for sending this in. And this is going to be a fun battle, I think, because not only are we on this awesome Karak Kadrin map, you know, it never ceases to amaze me the work that the modding community can do, because this is actually ported in from Warhammer 1, which is great to see them bringing over some of their maps. But we also have Skaven versus the Orcs, and we don't really get to see that too often in online battles. Normally it's like the Orcs versus the Empire or Dwarfs and vice versa for the Skaven as well. You know, you never really get to see these evil factions going toe to toe against one another. So I think this will be a really fun battle, especially because, you know, the Skaven and, you know, Skarsnik do, you know, tend to fight one another in their eternal quest for Karak 8 Peaks. Now, this isn't Karak 8 Peaks, pretty far away from it, to say the least. However, it should be a really fun battle. We have over 3,000 allied troops up against 4,000 defenders. Or no, the other way. Is it the other way around? No, yeah, that is that way. The defenders are going to be the red units and these guys are going to be the orange. So what we're going to do is we're going to simply just jump straight into the battle itself, kind of running over a few of the units people are bringing whilst everyone does get involved, as we do already actually have the artillery shooting over, which is pretty crazy. So the Skaven forces are going to be mainly consisting of some pretty elite lines of storm vermin. You can see them currently marching across. We also have some abominations and these rattling gunners. We are using quite a few mods, which you can find all the links to in the description down below. There also are going to be some of these plague sensor bearers as well, really good anti-infantry units, and then finally on the right flank getting ready to cross the bridge, ready to actually engage the first little battle. We do actually have some of the gutter runners as well who are going to be leading the front line, kind of trying to harass these cavalrymen, the savage orc boys, which are going to be, you know, kind of a vanguard scouting force for the orcs. Then as you go back, more savage orcs here, archers as well as just infantry, along with the savage orc big guns with clubs. These guys are pretty fierce with their one-hand or two-handed weapon, going to be doing a lot of armor piercing damage. Then as we go back to the more of the central line, we do have some of the goblin legions. These guys look really cool. The Roman legions of the goblin world have arisen. I mean, that does look pretty goddamn insane, just looking at the masterpiece in the background. The old dwarven hold has been overwhelmed by foes, that is for sure. We also in the central line have some orc big guns and orc black orcs, which are going to be scattering around. The map itself goes ahead and continues. It has kind of two bridges, one going around the right hand side leading into the central point, and one around the left, which takes you into kind of a swampy area, which is going to need to be defended. You kind of get led into here, and you have kind of two ways of approaching it. So it should be a really insane battle. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. But we'll start off now on the right flank. And I'm hoping that intro wasn't too long. I'm trying to kind of speed up my intro so we can get straight into the action. As I know a lot of you guys do just kind of want to see the battle unfold. And a lot of the times you guys have a better understanding of what people are bringing. So I feel like if I just roughly go over what's in the armies, like kind of say this is more of a heavy infantry army or vice versa, you know, like kind of sum up the army in, you know, a sentence or two. I feel like that'd be a much better way and kind of just pick up on the notable units. So we're going to be having a nice little savage orc cavalry charge here. This is going to send so many of these gutter runners flying, as you can see right there, really running these guys down. And this is something I'm going to have to try and bring into the laboratory as well, guys. So if you want to see this battle or this custom map in the laboratory, let me know. I'm not sure how the AI is going to handle it, as we do have a beautiful foot of Gort going down, ripping through this unit of gutter runners, almost routing. They are running from the doom wheel though, trying to get the hell out of there. But yeah, if you guys want to see me do this in the laboratory, do let me know, because I would be more than happy to just test this out. And if the AI works, it works. And if the AI doesn't work, then that's fine. We just won't do it. But if it is something you guys want to see, do just let me know, because I'll be more than happy to take it out for a spin. Maybe try and get 30,000 soldiers, because the FPS is a little bit iffy on this, just solely because there's so many assets and like kind of particle effects going on around the battlefield, and it is a pretty big map. However, the FPS in the laboratory is much cleaner than in normal Warhammer for some strange reason. So, you know, we'll give it a go and see what it does. It's mainly dependent on whether the AI can handle the pathfinding on the map. That's going to be like the main issue on a lot of these custom maps, but hopefully not too bad. But going back to the battle, we have a large push on the left flank. They're finally starting to get some soldiers over onto the bridge and engaging the orcs. We have the warhounds up here, the giant rats, sorry, who have made their way first. They're going to be engaging up against the night goblins, taking a bit of missile fire from the night goblin archers, which always provides such an easy and effective unit in these battles. The Night Goblin Archers are cheap, they have heavy missile damage, and I believe quite a few of them actually get the Fanatics, which can just shred through infantry lines. More of the Skaven are making their way up. We have the Abomination and the Rat Ogre, though. They're going to be leading the front lines. The artillery is coming in, though, trying to take out a few of them. Then behind that, we do have the Plague Sensor Bearers and a lot more of the heavy infantry. I feel like a lot of these guys are simply just making their way up slowly. And then once kind of all the units are up here, then they're going to really try and make their push, which I'm sure is going to be devastating. You can just see the sheer ranks of the Skaven pouring in. That's pretty deadly. We even have some pretty interesting units as well. This giant rat. And as I said, I believe in the intro, if you guys want to check out any of the mods we have during this battle, make sure to just look in the description. There will be a link there, and you can go and find the collection. So plenty of Skaven still trying to push across the bridge, and that's going to be kind of like the moral of the story. Until they really get into this final layer, it's going to just be pushing, trying to like kind of break the outer defenses, which they are definitely doing. You can see that the Savage Orcs definitely are putting up a light fight. Majority of the forces are centralized here. Oh my god, my CPU hates them particle explosions. And I'm running an i7 right now, an i7 8700 series. So it just seems for some reason in Warhammer, like when you get really close up to them magical spells, it just seems to ruin whatever you're trying to do. Like even just my CPU just melts. The Savage Orcs are going to be pushing up on the bridge, trying to hold them. And this is one of the advantages of the defenders in this battle, is that you get to use these choke points pretty effectively. There's 2 or 3 bridges which you can really try and hold the enemy at bay. And one of the things I love about the map is these artillery positions which overlook that. You guys know I'm a sucker for a good artillery position which overlooks a certain part of the battlefield. What would be even cooler, I know it's probably impossible, but what would be really cool if you could actually destroy some of these bridges. Maybe add like a couple more bridges going across and actually give you the ability, if you hammer it enough, to actually just make it get destroyed. Because you can actually destroy these right here, because you can see these have actually been destroyed. I'm pretty sure these were full at some point. But it'd be great to see that kind of like really getting brought out and just more fleshed out. More destruction the better in my opinion, especially in these battles. As we do have a Poison Wind Globadiers thrown there. Obviously they're Poison Winds. Oh no, it's actually these guys. What are these guys? Because there's so many units for Rattling Gunners. Or was it, no, it was for no, maybe it was the Slingers. I'm not too sure, because the Rattling Gunners shoot out like mini machine gun bullets. It's crazy. I'll have to make sure I get a nice little view of them as they continue to push up. So it does look like the Skaven are making good headway. They're taking the casualties, but nothing too crazy. Nothing that the Skaven can't handle, obviously having the advantage when they do have huge numbers. And it does look like a lot of these guys are going to be simply falling back. They have another bridge ready to defend. Over on the other side of the battlefield, we can see they are pushing into the mushroom fields. We have the Rat Ogres up here, again fighting the Night Goblins, who seem to be a pretty sturdy foe right now. They don't... Wow, that was a nice hit there by the Abomination, which is actually taking a lot of arrow fire. I was going to say, the Night Goblins, though, seem to be holding their own. They've got the War on as well, giving them plus 44 melee attack, which definitely adds up. And you can see that the HP of the Hellpit Abomination is actually getting melted. We have some really nice kind of covering positions right here of the archers who are simply just firing down. Now that's a really good position right there. They can get a lot of shots off and just continually hit this Abomination whilst it's stuck in combat against the Clubmen. And what are the Clubmen out of interest if we follow the arrows down? Very awesome indeed. Because I want to see what the stats are on these Clubmen. So if we take a look here, so the Clubmen are armor piercing. That's not bad. They're armor piercing, anti-infantry and damage dealer, and they are quite tanky. So they're going to be a pretty good unit to take out this Abomination. Obviously, being anti-infantry would be a bit nicer, but overall not too bad. Over here, though, it does look like the Skaven have demolished the Goblin defense. And you can see the Censer Bearer simply just running forward. And this is going to be bad news because not only they were holding them at the bridge right there, but the fact that the Skaven have poured across this little passageway here is going to allow them to completely envelop. The Squigs have now advanced. I think the Squigs are going to be looking for some casualties. Getting a nice little charge off there on the Censer Bearers. That's a deadly charge because the Censer Bearers obviously don't have great charge defense. So the Squigs, who are anti-infantry, are going to be doing a good amount of damage. We also have some of these guys as well, the Goblin Centurion Riders, who are simply marching forward. Look like a bit of a tankier unit. And I think they're going to be going after these Rattling Gunners. You can see are just unleashing these ferocious Rattling Guns. However, they are going to be getting caught up now, and I'm not sure how quickly these Rattling Gunners are going to go down. From our last experience with the Rattling Gunners, they are very much a glass cannon. So if they do go down really quickly, you can see them. They're getting destroyed right now. Yeah, they're getting slaughtered so quickly. That's why the Skaven players are bringing back the Abomination to help out now. The hordes of Skaven though are pushing on nonetheless, even though they're losing their Rattling Gunners, looking to get some more damage on them. We do also have this Vermin Lord as well. He's going to be leading the charge, I imagine, giving him plenty of buffs as more cavalry come flying in though. I think this is some sort of poison debuff that they're going to be applying to the Plague Monks. Over on the other side of the battlefield, though, the other bridges, we can see more damage going out as they do start to push across this final bridge, actually routing a lot of the Savage Orcs. Yeah, the Savage Orcs simply just seem to be routing a ton. The Slingers coming in with a lot of their rocks, trying to do decent damage at range. And that is not good news whatsoever for the defenders, because they're actually routing though. These guys physically can't come back. When you see that white flag above their picture with the skull, it means they're gone. They're gone forever. They're not going to come back, which is pretty bad because that's going to kind of cause a lot of morale debuffs to a lot of the other factions. However, the Orcs have left their best till last. They obviously have Azag the Slaughterer. They have these elite looking Orc Legends. Again, I love that name. I love the way how its ledge ends. It's just awesome. We also have some Crimson Killers along with other really elite units. So the Orcs have definitely left their elite units till last. We even have these kind of elite groups of these Squigs right now. The Squig bosses. Who are making their way to the front line. So don't worry, the Orcs definitely have fight left in them, even if they are losing a lot of men. The Savage Orcs here as well are raring to go. We even have some of the Clubmen as well. What really needs to happen is the Skaven just need to get their Rattling Gunners up, hold a flat line like right here, and let the Rattling Gunners just open up on this huge portion of the defenders, because they will melt them. Obviously, the Orc Savage Orcs don't really have a lot of armor. They do obviously have that ward save, which is going to be negating some damage, but them Rattling Gunners, you see how fast they shoot, are going to just be ripping through them. So if they can get the Rattling Gunners up here to kill these guys, it's going to be over so quickly. As we do have more of the Savage Orc boys making their way up. It does look very cool indeed. I love the look of this unit. There's just so many awesome mods in Warhammer 2. There really are. And I hope people start making maps for the laboratory as well, because I would love to have some like actual maps made for the laboratory which kind of take into account that there's going to be a lot of units on the field of battle, to kind of make maybe bigger choke points for that, because a lot of the times the main lag and the main reasons the laboratory does kind of lag is just simply down to the fact that there's the AIs on top of each other. When units start clumping on top of each other, that's when the system starts to tank. That's when the engine just can't really handle it. However, if you make these kind of more open maps, then the AI can spread out their forces, and you can spread out your forces. You kind of have these bigger numbers without too much of the issue of the lag. So this left side for the attackers has completely fallen right now. There is, I don't think, anything standing in their way whatsoever besides this like really small unit of Night Goblins. 3 brave Night Goblins could actually do a lot of damage to these Rattling Gunners. As you guys have seen, the Rattling Gunners take a lot of damage. The brave Night Goblins, there's only 2 of them left though, so maybe I was mistaken. I guess I was. So they're even going to be bringing up their artillery now, which is a smart move. And here we go. The final defense on the left-hand side is being prepared. I think the missiles are going to be, yeah, the slingers are going to be pushed up here as well. And the Rattling Gunners, I can't wait to see what damage they can do on both sides. We're even getting some other forces. Oh, on the left side, though, for the defenders, we do actually have the Savage Orc Biggins moving up with their clubs and trying to actually take out the defenders. This is a smart move because they can't really sit back and let the Savage Orc, let the Skaven simply shoot them to pieces. Now this Abomination is going to be a dangerous... Yeah, look at that. It just kills it. I don't know why. But yeah, like they can't just sit back and let them get shot to pieces. So they kind of need to be a bit aggressive. And one of the really smart things here is the Skaven force on this left side is kind of weak. There's only a couple units of Storm Vermin. You know, maybe these Warp Fire Throwers are going to be deadly. But if they can get any soldiers kind of round the side and assault these Rattling Gunners, assault these missiles and stuff, then they can, you know, clear up this left flank and then focus all their forces over onto the other side, which obviously is going to be erupting any second now. Actually, it has just erupted, as we do have the Orc Legends and all the other regiments from Renown clashing. What they really need to have happen is they need these flying units to to do damage to a lot of the infantry and obviously the cavalry as well. We do have some of the Squig big bosses coming in, getting a good charge off on the Poison Wing Globadiers, actually going to be routing them, which is pretty big. We also have some more artillery and magical spells going off there. Unfortunately, that Vortex spell going off in the wrong direction. However, still going to be doing some good damage. More clan rats being spawned off, but I think the clan rats right here are going to be getting slaughtered by the Crimson Killers. Don't think they're even going to come close to taking these, like even one of these guys out. They have been getting the HE Nuisance though, which is going to be affecting everything they attack. As we do have the Abomination as well, pouring into the lines. Do they have any good anti-large here? It's mainly just anti-infantry. I guess it's going to be up to a lot of these archers to do the damage to that front line and to them big units. Balance of power is extremely even though. Both sides, no one really coming out on top, but pretty much the numbers are so close as well. Just, you know, 40 men in it, which is pretty crazy. Does look like, however, this left flank is going to start to crumble, which is really bad news. They've really needed to try and make a big indent here. And I think it's the Warp Fire Throwers just coming into the side of these routing units, as well as the artillery now. And I think this is going to crumble this flank. And if anything, I guess they should just retreat back to the central plaza right now and hope for the best. Looking over to this right-hand side, again, the battle is ferocious. Both sides just going at it, and I mean, this is what Warhammer is all about right here. Seeing all these creatures come flying in, units just clashing one another on an amazing-looking custom map. I like to think that the Greenskins just beat the Dwarfs, and they took this fortress, and all of a sudden, the forces of the Skaven just erupted from the underways and just poured out the bridge and just came flying across, overwhelming the Orc sentries and attacking the Orcs, which were already stationed inside the fortress, licking their wounds. So they didn't have enough time to Orcify this province. I mean, the artillery is still making this way up, and they still have like all these Plague Sensor Bearers, which are deadly units. And actually really quick as well. I didn't realize the Plague Sensor Bearers were this quick. They can make their way into the battle very, very nicely. Some good explosions there by the Rat Mage. Going to be causing quite a lot of damage to this clumped up unit of Orcs when he does do his final explosion. But it's going to be doing some decent damage. I guess we'll press K as well. You can actually see a lot of the units are actually routing. The Squig Riders are going. The Black Orcs are still holding. Obviously, they're going to be an elite unit. But even still, the bounce power is still so goddamn close. The numbers are literally like 30, 40 men in it. Which is so surprising considering how many, like, kind of how much of a missile advantage they have over here. They're just struggling to break through this unit of Savage Orc Biggins. I feel like the fact, though, that this Abomination is still alive is going to be catastrophic. I love this model as well for the Grey Seer. I think it's probably one of my favourite Skaven models right there. Just having the Grey Seer running on the bell. And also, if you can hear it, I'm not sure if you can hear it. I love, you can just about hear it if you really listen. I love the way that the bell, you can just hear tolling. I've got kind of my sound messed up a little bit, so you can't hear it as well as maybe you would on other battles, but it just sounds awesome. I love hearing that, especially when you can even hear it on the campaign map. The Arachnarok Queen has made her way into the battle, as well as this Squig. What is this Squig? Colossus Squig. I mean, why not? Just eat Skarsnik whole as he is making his way, not Skarsnik, sorry, Queek. Eat him whole. As he does make his way into the battle. There's Skarsnik right there. So Queek is going to look to try and take out Skarsnik as he does retreat back. The battle of the Karak 8 Peaks is being fought elsewhere in the north. As I imagine Belagar holds the mountain. We're going to continue to go back and forth here because I think as soon as one side falls for the defenders, then, oh, it looks like this left side has really already fallen. However, there are still plenty more defenders. They have a large portion of archers here, I believe. Yeah, a lot of these Legion Gobos who are going to be helping out a little bit, being able to shoot over on the bridge. And that, you know, if these guys get enough shots off, they could take down this Abomination. They really, really could. However, we do have some of the rat swarms making their way up. The rat swarms are really cool. They're basically just like mini warhounds, which I thought was a really interesting design. They're going to be sending a few more soldiers here. We've got a Goblin Legion here as well. And the nice Night Goblin squigs are also going to be going in, trying to cover up as much as possible. I mean, this Hell Pit Abomination does go down pretty quickly to missile fire. So if this thing goes down, then we might see the Orcs actually being able to rally and hold. But I mean, on this other flank, they are crumbling right now. Especially when the Arachnarok Queen goes down. The Plague Sense Bearers are swinging around them huge flails. We have Queek and also the Vermin Lord as well, running in, piercing the skin of the forces right here of the Orcs. The Colossus Squig is trying to help out, trying to take down the leaders, but the rats just seem far too much. And I imagine we will start to see a massive difference in numbers starting to kick off right now. I mean, it's not massive, but compared to what we have been having with 40 men either side, it is definitely a telling tale of a battle right now with over 400, almost 500 man advantage right there for the Skaven. It does look like they are going to be overwhelming the forces. However, the Orcs are not lost right now. One of the interesting things of both of these forces is if you can kill the generals, you can really do a lot of the damage, like a lot of morale damage to both sides. So, you know, a mass rout could definitely occur. And I mean, if it's right flank, if they can just commit a few more units, they can get onto all these missile units and just take them out. Because at the moment, these guys, I imagine, are the ones which kind of add up a lot of the numbers. I mean, especially as we see the Abomination as well going down here. However, I don't think it's going to be enough. I think the Skaven are simply gone. But I mean, look at all that archer fire. That is a stream of missile fire right now going on to the Greyseer. And the Greyseer is pretty low, so maybe a mass rout could come in. The morale is not perfect on a lot of these units. The Greyseer is going to go down. The missile fire is going to be devastating right there. Wow, that is a lot of damage. Can they finish it off? Or is, I think it's just... Oh, no, there you go. The Greyseer has gone down. So the morale is going to take a huge hit on the forces of the rats right now. And these Goblin Legion bows, I guess it is 3 units of Goblin Legion. That Archer Fire is going to be able to hit all these Stormbowmen now. You can see the numbers and the morale just going down. The Warfire Thrower is going to be trying to break through this infantry line, but... that is deadly. That's going to be kind of evening things up, I think. Queek is still extremely healthy, Brian. I think that's going to be the thing that really tips it. If they could have killed Queek, then maybe they could have claimed victory. But, you know, as that goes down, I think the Orcs will be done for. However, we will kind of watch this one play out, as it could still go either way. You guys know that these battles are pretty volatile. And these Goblin Legion archers are not too bad, as we do have the leader for the Orcs charging in. He's been trying to take out as many Stormbowmen as he can before he does go down. Really prove to his brothers that he was the chosen one. And we do have some Goblin Legion, which are pretty good actually. Like the Goblin Legion, yeah, you think Goblins don't think very good quality, but the Goblin Legion definitely do hold their own. Especially with all the arrow fire as well coming in. But yeah, as you can see, Queek is getting very, very close to the back lines. We even have some of the rats being spawned up here. Some of the slingers have somehow made their way through. I mean, they're going to get cut to pieces, but the main thing is they're stopping this unit from shooting. Which is pretty important. But I feel like as soon as Queek can make his way through the central part of a battlefield, and he is coming as fast as he can with a Warp Block Engineer and also his Vermin Lord as well. Yeah, the entire left flank has crumbled. There is a brave unit of archers, of Night Goblins, getting up the last couple arrows, trying to take down as many Skaven as possible. But I think as soon as Queek gets smashed into the side of this, I mean, they are trying to send some of these Hammer of Gork siege engineers just to slow this up as much as possible. The Archer Fire is all turning as well. But Azag is close to dying. We also have the Orc Shaman as well, pretty close. They routed that unit of Hammer of Gork. Oh, but also that Warlock Engineer and the Vermin Lord. Oh my god, all of the Skaven are really close to going down. The Lord is really close as well. No way. No way are the Skaven going to lose this. They might, though. If the Goblin Legion can destroy this, oh my god, what an ending. This battle, if they could have kind of maybe spread out a few units around here, I think the Skaven could have actually lost this. Oh my god, they literally just won, though. It was a peak victory. Holy crap. I think if the goblin... I did not expect that towards the end. My god. I think if the forces of the orcs maybe spread out their archers like one here, and one in the center, so that they couldn't just charge them all down, and maybe brought back their dudes over from the north there, I think maybe they could have clutched that. I don't know, though. The morale just seemed to drop. Them goblin archers did so much damage. That was insane. Wow, what a battle. I was not expecting that, and a massive thank you to everyone who made it this far into the battle to see that epicness right at the end. I was really, really pleasantly surprised. I thought the Skaven had that, kind of 3/4 of the way through the battle, but that completely turned on its head right there. If we look at the kills, we can see no one really racking up a crazy amount of kills. The Stormvermin all just kind of doing their job. We do have the Greyseer, though, 131 kills, and the Abominations doing a nice amount. The Rattling Gun is not really... Oh, actually, I guess 129 kills and 141 on that unit as well. Not too bad. Over on this side, we do have Lord Skrolk as well as the Plague Claw catapult, doing a ton of damage. Over on the Orc side, obviously their heavy infantry really getting in there. The Gobbo Centurion Riders, impressive. And the Archers. I think the Archers for the Night Goblins were so damaging, getting so many kills. And then also, obviously, you got 200 kills on the Savage Orc boy. I think he's the MVP of the battle, getting the most kills. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate all the views and comments and likes we've had on the past couple of videos. It really has been awesome. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully we can get back to kind of the start of 2017 style before the apocalypse, as we do go forward into 2018. So hopefully everyone had a good New Year's, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.